Hey, nemuritai. I wanna sleep. Nemuritai. What's up? Is a cultural detective here investigating your favorite albums, and today I'm going to be doing an album review on the new Ikuta Lilas album Sketch. So Ikuta Lilas, also known as Ikuta, is a singer-songwriter from Japan and is one half of the Gen Z J-pop sensation Yoasobi, who is responsible for some of the best J-pop songs from the last few years. Of course, there's Yoru ni Kakeru, there's the amazing Gunjo, there is Kaibutsu, as well as Mista they released last year, which became my favorite track, one of my favorite tracks of last year, really. However, before Yoasobi has even released a studio album, Ikuta Riras herself has released a studio album, a debut studio album, and it's called Sketch. And the album cover is her face on top of some gradient colors. And yeah, right off the bat, the moment I saw the album cover, I was already disappointed because I know that with Ikuta Adidas alone, the production is not going to be as great and exciting. But also, the album cover suggests that it's going to be a very weak and mundane album. It appears that the musical material on this album are probably recorded prior to the formation of Yoasobi. I don't really know, but yeah, unfortunately, even though I am a huge fan of Yoasobi and their music is great, I must say, damn, this album is bland as hell. So, right off the bat, we have the album opener Answer, which is a stripped back piano tune with some basic nostalgic chords. Not gonna lie, I love nostalgic chord progressions, and they're everywhere in J-pop. But the thing is, this exact type of chord progression is so overused, it's not even all that great already. And the production is so sterile and clean and basic with its finger snaps and simple drum beats. It's just such a snoozer. And then we have the second track, Sakuru, or Circle, which is a driving guitar J-pop jam. But then once again, it has such a clean, sterile feel to it. It sounds like a frickin' tourist agency commercial. Following that, we have Sparkle, which is a feel-good guitar song with lyrics about a momentary romance, kind of like a sparkle. There's a sparkle and then it's fading away, so this romance is not gonna stay. And then we have Midnight Talk, which is a tiny bedroom electro pop tune. It's a love song again. The chord progressions are very basic once again. Similarly, a little bit later in the album, we have another really cleanly produced tiny bedroom electro pop song that is Kichijoji. What I like about this track, however, is that on this track, Ikuta lyrically pays homage to this specific area in Tokyo, that is Kichijoji, the train station, the bridge outside of the train station. And I like it lyrically because it stands out from the rest of the tracks here, which are mostly love songs. Now, following Midnight Talk, we have Tampopo, which has some pretty interesting production choices with warped electronic tones and distorted guitars. The verses has a cheeky feel to it, almost like a Vocaloid pop banger. However, the chorus is so clean and so bright, and it's so different. It's so out of place from the cheeky verses that this song has going for. And the next track, Jump, is probably my least favorite on the album. It's a really, really roughly produced track. The instrumentals are as basic as it gets. It has a basic J-pop beat. The vocals by Ikuta are great, but on this track, it's kind of buried underneath the instrumentals. Everything is either really bland or really roughly produced, not really all that great, and roughly, but still clean and sterile as hell. Thankfully, that is followed with the track Lens, which is easily my favorite track on the album. This track is like a diamond in the rough for me because this is a beautiful, lovely, slow moving ballad with a compelling chorus, and the lyrics also feel a lot more heartfelt than other tracks on the album. Ikuta basically sings about how she walks back home alone listening to music and she just wishes that there is a man by her side. And it's a little more heartfelt than other tracks, so that's that. The last few tracks are also pretty We have Hikari, which is a very average dime a dozen track with very basic production, with the chimes and swishing sounds. It's so freaking basic, unfortunately. And Hoseki, which means jewelry, also has a very average and forgettable songwriting. The album ending, Promise of Romance or Romansu no Yakusoku, is a fun little ending track with some jazzy pianos and skippy rhythm, which I kinda like, but I think the track in and of itself isn't really that great or anything. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm just really lukewarm about this album. Of course, without the production of Ayase, this is not as sugary and as exciting as Yoasobi's music. And also, what makes Yoasobi's music so great is the unpredictable key changes, the hooky pre-choruses. It's so blissful and sweet and explosive. But this one is not that at all. It is as tame and as mild and as bland as it could be, and I am bored as hell for the most part of the album. I'm feeling a strong 4 to a light 5 out of 10 for the new Ikuta album. So, have you listened to the new Lilas Ikuta album? Comments below let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.